Welcome, this guide is about Stomping Ground for the Smith of Kitava. Stomping Ground is a support gem that's the main damaging component in this build. When linked to an attack, it triggers a shockwave each time you take a step whilst using the attack. You want to link it to something that doesn't slow you down, and Rake seems like the best choice. It's a simple spear attack that launches your character in a chosen direction. The Rake itself won't deal any meaningful damage because Stomping Ground scales only with strength. Not even your weapon's damage is taken into account. This feature lets you use a weapon with a unique characteristic to it disregarding its damage, but also forces you to stack strength. We've opted for a combination of Skysliver Spear, the Deepest Tower Helmet, and Stars Aligned Notable. You will then increase your maximum possible roll on physical damage. This way, your damage can be scaled in an alternative way, not just by getting more and more strength. And the build is also excellent at clearing maps. It uses Herald of Ash with Trample-Toe Boots, which causes slain enemies to explode, which then kills enemies nearby, propagating a chain reaction. This will last as long as there are targets to keep it going. Invest in Area of Effect to enhance this effect. Use Rake to move and kill any enemy you stumble upon. The movement will trigger shockwaves. Ancestral totems linked to Rolling Slam will be used only against bosses. Be sure you stand very close to them to benefit from the Deepest Tower. Mark them with a Mark 2 to break their armor. The obvious choice for a strength scaling character is Smith of Kitava with their support straps. Make your way to Forged in Flame for 90% to all elemental resistances. The damage reduction is exceptional, but it may struggle with life recovery against a particularly oppressive barrage of attacks. It has very good clear speed in spite of a melee-oriented playstyle. If you have a pair of good weapons to swap to and enough sockets for ancestral totems, the boss damage is high too. It's a mix of cheap and expensive unique items, but the build will work on a low budget. The bar to run it is low. The build makes use of many unique items, some of which are mandatory. Nonetheless, aim to get them all at some point. The most important are Skysliver, the Deepest Tower, and Trample-Toe. You may even try your luck at corrupting them. Skysliver has pitiful damage, but it's not the weapon where you source your damage from, it's strength. This spear has the valuable maximum or minimum roll, which works well with lucky hits. Your hits will be lucky with Stars Aligned Notable. Chernobog's Pillar adds tons of fire damage to your abilities. It also has other stats highly valued in this build specifically. We've allocated Glancing Blows to get more damage from it. Allocate Stars Aligned, Finishing Blows, Finality, and Socket, the Execute gem, to increase your damage by a lot with the Deepest Tower Helmet. This works only against enemies in your presence. Trample-Toe works similarly to Herald of Ash, dealing overkill damage on kill, but it synergizes with it to create a chain reaction, able to wipe out all the enemies on the screen given they're tightly packed. Rislathar's Coil offers up to 40% more maximum physical attack damage, which is even more valuable as the damage value rolls twice. Inferno Clasp is the most sound option for Smith of Kitava. It has all the stats you want, especially the maximum fire resistance. Your rare items shall be a source of missing resistances, strength, and maximum life. Maximum fire resistance, block chance, chaos resistance, and gem level to all melee skills are harder to come by, but do look for them after your base needs are taken care of. No accuracy, spirit, evasion, critical hit modifiers, or mana modifiers are required. We're running a weapon swap setup, 2 two-hand maces and a spear shield. Rare maces are the weapons you'll swap to place down your ancestral totems. They only need the additional gem level. Wear 2 of them for 14 additional levels. Totems scale up really well with it. Strive for Chernobog's Pillar, but until you can get your hands on one, get a basic rare shield with high strength, block chance, life, and resistances. On your gloves, look for gem level of all melee skills, maximum life, strength, and resistances or attributes. Rare amulet, simply maximum life, resistances, and attributes will do. Anything else is not really that important if you can't manage to gather a lot of the basic stats. Rings. Here again you will look only for the most basic stats in huge quantities, maximum life, attributes, and resistances. Get a normal ornate plate with no explicit modifiers, add quality and sockets, then maybe corrupt it for a favourable outcome. Rage on hit, presence, area of effect, maximum fire resistance, and increased damage is what to look for on rubies. Rake's role is to trigger Stomping Ground, so keep it at a very low level to not waste resources on it. Why Rake specifically? It always inflicts bleed, good with Bloodlust on ancestral totems. It's swift, and it can be used with spears. Link it with Stomping Ground, close combat, since the Deepest Tower encourages such proximity, execute, since the Deepest Tower also encourages its usage to deal 50% more damage, martial tempo and heft. That's great with Skysliver and Stars Aligned. Ancestral Warrior Totem. Totems are used against single targets. They will snapshot and keep the bonuses to gem level from the weapons after swapping, which is great news for us. Rolling Slam is a clunky to use slam, but since it's on totems you need not to care about that. It also lets them move to follow the target. Link it with Heavy Swing, Concentrated Effect, Bloodlust, and Fire Infusion. Brutality is a good substitute for Fire Infusion, just not with Chernobog's Pillar. Herald of Ash is a key component of the build. Slain enemies deal area damage around them, which ignites. Combined with Trample Toe, it improves your clear speed big time. Link it with Swift Affliction, Magnified Effect, and Fire Mastery. There's rarely an opportunity to use Resonating Shield, but you may use it against bosses that already bleed. And your totems are already rolling. It deals damage, raises your shield, and breaks enemies' armor while the channeling continues. Link it with Splinter, Culling Strike, Steadfast, and Rage. Voltaic Mark is not supposed to do anything, just be a host for the single out support gem. Shocking Pinnacle bosses is unlikely, so it will probably stay the full duration. Link it with single out and Demolisher, it will break armor. Shield Charge is the movement ability. Use it to move between packs of enemies. Link it to Ingenuity, Windwave, and Overpower. It will stun and knock back enemies. Thunderous Leap is another movement ability. It can be used with spears. It deals insignificant lightning damage. Link it with Holy Descent and Persistence to create a long-lasting consecrated ground. Time of Need heals you, removes elemental ailments, and removes curses from you once in a while. Link it to Fast Forward so that you'll receive blessings 30% more often. Berserk increases rage effect, grants life leech, and drains your life. In the Valley of Titans, go for the charm charges gained. Since you have no mana, you have blood magic. In the first Venom Crypts, you may go for the ailment threshold or stun threshold bonus, whichever status effect poses a bigger issue to you. In the second Venom Crypts, get the bonus to all attributes. The passive skill tree will provide a lot of strength. You'll go for Brute Strength, Titanic, Beef, and Polymathy. With the unique helmet, you will also need to path toward Finality, Finishing Blows, and Stars Aligned. Add to that some block chance and maximum fire resistance. Your keystones are Resolute Technique, Giant's Blood, and Blood Magic. Glancing Blows if you have Chernobog's Pillar. There are two skill trees. One is focused on area of effect, block chance, and attack speed. This one is for spear and shield. The other skill tree, for totem damage, is for the double mace weapon set. You can see these differences now. They're marked with red and green lines, respectively. That's it for this guide. Thank you for staying till the end. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you soon.